Ladies and gentlemen, the crypto market is erupting right this minute. As I am creating this video, I just watched Bitcoin ride up over $94,000, going to a new all-time high yet again, while dominance is still sitting pretty around 60%, but this is very bullish. We are gearing up for the next big impulsive move here, and I do believe that the retail crowd is starting to trickle back in as mainstream media is going all in on the crypto spotlight. And we have to talk about this. We're going to be addressing it. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you did become a subscriber. So as we look at Bitcoin, yeah, it's over $94,600, continuing to have that nice surge to the upside. Look at the 24-hour trading volume on Bitcoin, over $75.6 billion. This is insane. Now, in the 24-hour span, there is, very strong gains across the board for a lot of altcoins, including, of course, XLM. Love to see it over 26 cents. And also, of course, XRP is sitting pretty over $1.13 roughly. A lot of utility projects are doing very, very good right now. Last 7 days have been incredible for a lot of projects in my portfolio, like HBAR, like XLM, like XRP, even Algorand, QNT as well. I mean, it's a very exciting time to be in crypto right now. And, one thing that I will say is, if you are getting a little bit excited right now, I just want you guys to understand that this is not even the actual euphoric stage of crypto. I mean, Bitcoin dominance is still sitting almost at 60%. Alt season has yet to actually begin. But as we look at Bitcoin, yeah, I mean, this is a very exciting move on Bitcoin. I was expecting a little bit of a deeper price action on Bitcoin's pullback, but, it looks as though we're almost in that, up-only season of crypto. And if we go back in time, right, specifically, if we go all the way back here, I want to put a spotlight on 2021 it's more so like 2020 to 2021. Here we have November, right? November started the upward swing on Bitcoin back in 2020 into 2021 as well. By the end of November, Bitcoin was trading at its all-time highs roughly of, 2017, 2018. But the biggest move started in December, right? That's what really started the big move all the way up to 60,000 plus, which happened in April of 2021. So if we are playing into that same exact move, right? Guess what? This big move is a little bit early. And does this mean that December is going to be absolutely incredible for crypto? I do believe that it will, because we also have the FOMC meeting, which we're going to be seeing a big amount of volatility throughout the entire market. But I also believe that we're going to see a very big surge on a lot of projects, especially, of course, XRP, XLM, HBAR, etc., because what we are going to witness is most likely the dollar starting its downward trend. And for those that are kind of confused on, why we want to see the dollar pretty weak, basically, it's an inverse reaction. A strong dollar means weak risk on assets, aka crypto. So we want to see the dollar break down. And right now, as you guys do look at RSI down here, okay, and I did outline this in the Discord as well, the RSI is starting to peak at levels that we saw where, the price of the dollar started to get a little stale and then it started to sell off. Even back here as well, during September of 2023, this was April of 2024 this year. Every single time that RSI has gone to around this level, and if we even go back here as well, this is 2022 for an example. Every single time that RSI peaks around this level, we see a sell-off. Now, this is actually going to be very beneficial. It's actually going to be very beneficial and very bullish for risk on assets if we are going to see the dollar sell off right around roughly this 107 level. Now, I have this level outlined on this chart. This is basically the no-no level. The reason why is because we don't want to break over this. It's actually bearish if we break over this because it is showing us significant strength on the dollar. It would actually be creating a new high, technically, going off of the October 2023 highs. We do not want to see that. But also stock RSI, right around the same exact level. I feel as though we are starting to have, some very bearish divergence printing on this chart as well, because as price is continuing higher on the dollar, look at RSI. It's starting to trickle down, which means, guess what? Bearish divergence. So let's watch this closely over the next couple days. But I definitely am focused on Bitcoin because we have a lower time frame wedge breakout here. And just to put this into perspective, right, this wedge goes all the way back here to November 11th, where we have, an uptrend starting. We are still trading against this upper wedge, waiting for a bigger breakout, and we finally got that actually yesterday. We got confirmation of this breaking out to the upside. Now, the big thing is, how high are we going to go here? And are we going to break to 100K on this move? Well, it's questionable, but in my opinion, I do think that we need to just remain calm, remain patient, and wait for that much larger expansion on Bitcoin. But during this time, I'm not so much focused on Bitcoin itself. I'm actually focused more so on Bitcoin dominance, because this is what everyone should technically be watching. Because as this does get closer and closer to this gray box up here, which we're already trading in, I do expect us to go a little bit higher. I have 3 fib extensions on this chart: the 618, the 702, and the 786. Okay? The 702 is where I personally believe we will have a very large reaction where we actually sell off and reject heavy, but it could happen at any point in this gray box. Why is this important? Well, once this does start to sell off, that's alt season for you. That's when it officially begins. That's where XRP goes absolutely parabolic. XRP will go parabolic once that does happen, just like back here in 2021, just like back in 2017, 2018. This is where dominance starts to be usurped from Bitcoin into large cap gems, Ethereum, pretty much every single altcoin out there will start to have a massive move in the market. But I definitely have been watching XRP closely with the 24-hour trading volume. I've also been keeping a close eye on Fiat Leak to really kind of show how much XRP is being traded, in the past minute. This, at some points in time, did hit about like 5 million. It's been insane to watch, over the last couple days, even the last roughly, I would say like week, 2 weeks. I mean, this market has changed completely overnight ever since the elections. And the big thing that I want you all to understand is it's because of the liquidity cycle. Every 4 years, the liquidity cycle improves. And that's exactly what we are watching right now. This is why I kept telling you guys, there's no reason to be bearish. Liquidity is improving. We are going to have a monstrous bull run. And we are now in the middle of it. And as we look at XRP, again, bull flag formation here. We're just waiting for a much larger expansion on the daily. This could very well be our largest daily candle close since going all the way back to roughly 2022, 2021 roughly. So I'm watching to see what's going to happen here, because if we start to, have that uptrend just like Bitcoin, right? Let me go back to the Bitcoin chart. So if we do start to have that nice uptrend formation on XRP as well, okay, where we do break out of some lower time frame wedges or just break out in general, I do believe that XRP's next target here is roughly $1.32. And from that point on, it could start the move and the much larger impulsive move to roughly $2. You need to pay attention to this, especially if you do hold XRP, because if we break over that $2 level, aka the 2021 highs, basically, guys, things are going to move very, very fast. I want you guys to understand that the all-time high of 2017, 2018 could very well be retested in a very quick manner. Now, I know on this chart, the all-time high is much lower. The overall all-time high, I remember it being $3.84. So $3.84 is going to be the next target after $2 is broken, but we can't get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's watch, wait, and see what happens here. We have to break over this $1.32 level first initially before we get too excited. But outside of that, I also want to play you guys a real quick clip. This is Brad Garlinghouse on CNBC, or on Fox Business, sorry. This is with Mornings with Maria. He was recently on CNBC talking about crypto, but this one is a little bit longer, but check it out because there's a lot of great information within this video clip.
Welcome back. Bitcoin has been on fire. Take a look at Bitcoin this morning at 93,761. The cryptocurrency touching a new all-time high of about $94,000 yesterday. As the Trump rally continues, Trump Media and Technology Group also reportedly in advanced talks to acquire crypto exchange Bakkt. Bakkt says it does not comment on, quote, market rumors or speculation. The acquisition would mark Trump's latest move into the world of crypto after promising to explore crypto-friendly policies on the campaign trail. Joining me now is the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. Brad, great to see you.
Very good to see you.
Thanks so much for being here. Tell us how Ripple fits into this whole crypto framework that we're actually understanding better and better recently.
So from the earliest days, Ripple has been focused on solving the problem around cross-border payments. It's slow, it's expensive, and we use a digital asset called XRP to help speed that up, make it very inexpensive and very reliable. But the challenge, as you know well, is the U.S. has had this very hostile. The Biden administration has been waging a war on crypto, and I think an unlawful war. Courts have agreed with us on that. And we're finally seeing that kind of unlocked in a Trump embraced crypto and crypto embraced Trump. And I think we're seeing that reflect in kind of how the markets have reacted since the election.
So for Ripple, do you think that this also unlocks new revenue opportunities for you in the U.S.? Because I know the customer base largely outside the U.S.
You're exactly right. You know, the United States SEC filed a lawsuit about what is XRP 4 years ago. And so it kind of froze the U.S. market opportunity for us. You know, if you're a U.S. bank or U.S. financial institution, you're like, let's just wait and see how this plays out. So sure. 95% of our customers are outside the United States. And finally, I think we're at a point where we can actually see growth and see the crypto industry thrive here in the United States. The largest economy in the world has really been leaning out of the crypto economy.
And giving it up to China.
There's no question. Look, it's growing in the UK, it's growing in Japan, it's growing in Switzerland. I mean, these are big economies that are leaning, you know, the U.S. really has been the outlier in many ways.
Yeah, it's a great point. So talk to us about your outlook for crypto under the Trump administration and this deregulation that Trump is underway, thinking about and talking about. Look, he's been putting together a cabinet. We still don't have his idea on a Securities and Exchange Commission head, CFTC head. All of these agencies want a piece of you, want a piece of the crypto industry. They all want to have some kind of a regulatory, role here. Do you think you get more clarity under the Trump administration on who's running things?
Yes, we want them to have a role. And as you know well, one of the biggest problems the crypto industry has had isn't the idea there's too much regulation. It's just the regulation's not even clear. We're trying to apply laws from literally 1946, a famous Supreme Court case called the Howey test. We're trying to apply that to a digital asset industry that's been developed in the last 10, 15, 20 years. And so it just doesn't fit. And I think as we bring this new, really the Trump cabinet to bear, getting those clear rules, which we've been asking for under the Biden administration for years, I think we're finally going to get that clarity, which will help the U.S. lead again. And I think, Trump talks about making America great again. I think he's going to make crypto great again in the United States.
No, he certainly talks about it a lot and wants more in terms of the U.S. role in that. Trump reportedly meeting privately with the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, on Monday to discuss key appointments for the second Trump administration. So Fox Business's Edward Lawrence spoke to Coinbase chief policy officer about that meeting. Watch this.
We're gratified by the degree that the Trump team has had an open door with us and given us an opportunity to talk about our vision about crypto and to see them ultimately adopt much of that. We're very excited to do our part to fulfill the president's vision of making the U.S. a crypto and digital asset leader of the world. There's a lot of work to be done. There was a lot of damage done over the last 4 years that all of us in the industry and working with our policymakers can kind of get going on to restore the U.S.'s position as a global leader.
Well, I'll tell you, I think it would speak volumes if Trump put in a crypto expert in the SEC. That would be unbelievable. Or CFTC. Where does Coinbase fit into all of this?
I mean, Coinbase has been a really important voice in this. I think, three key players came together during this election cycle. Coinbase, Ripple, and Andreessen Horowitz came together to really make sure that crypto was front foot on the agenda. And I think we will get someone at the SEC who is very familiar with crypto. There's a couple names still in the mix that I think are very strong candidates. And the nice thing is these are people who don't go in with we're going to attack this industry. And it really did turn out to be, at a minimum, unethical and a maximum unlawful. And again, federal courts are saying that, not just Brad Garlinghouse.
Right. And Trump has talked about the stablecoin industry as well. You're about to launch a stablecoin. Is that right?
We are indeed. Ripple announced not too long ago, we're announcing something called RLUSD or Ripple USD. The stablecoin market now is 170, about $180 billion. And the largest player is called Tether. We think there's an opportunity for the Ripple of the world, we're an institutional use case, selling into banks, solving that cross-border, and really making payments cheaper, faster. We think this is a perfect use case of these technologies.
I can understand it because slowly but surely you're seeing financial services get it and start implementing crypto, stablecoins in their businesses. Trump, of course, has vowed to fire SEC Chairman Gary Gensler on day one. I said day one. And Gensler has recently signaled that he may soon resign after President-elect Trump's massive election win. Here's a look at some of the rumored contenders Trump is considering for the chairman of the SEC, Brad. And I want to get your take on what's the most important thing that person should do in the early days of this new role at the SEC, should one of these folks get them?
I think working with Congress and identifying here's the gaps in the existing laws that create the confusion. I think, I don't know all those candidates personally, but there's a bunch of very strong candidates up there that I think aren't going to pretend that, hey, the rules are clear. Gary Gensler would testify in front of Congress and literally say the rules are clear, but in the next sentence, he wouldn't answer the question, is ETH a security? So to me, it's just this, head in the sand. It's a new dawn for crypto in the United States, and I think we really can make this the heartbeat of the crypto and blockchain industry in the next 5 or 10 years.
For so many people, they feel like the people who are writing these rules, writing the framework for crypto, actually don't understand it. I mean, do you think Gary Gensler actually understands the crypto business?
One of the most frustrating things about Gary Gensler, he actually taught classes at MIT about crypto. And if you watch the videos of him teaching these classes, and then you listen to him after he became the chair of the SEC under Elizabeth Warren's kind of guidance.
Oh, I see where you're going.
It was a night and day difference. And so
he is smart, he understands, but he's political.
Extremely. And hypocritical.
Yeah.
Look, literally the federal courts were calling the SEC under his leadership, these are exact quotes, arbitrary and capricious, failing to follow a faithful allegiance to the law.
Wow.
They were even sanctioned in one case in Utah, that the SEC was sanctioned by a federal judge. This is not what we want from our government institutions, to work for the people and to actually protect investors.
All right, we will leave it there. Brad, great to see you.
Great to see you.
Thanks so much. Great insights from you, Brad Garlinghouse, CEO.
So there you guys have it, right? Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO, literally confirming that crypto is on the cusp of a massive change with this new administration. Pro-innovation, utility, it's set to take over. Utility is going to change the game forever. And I do believe that it all starts with this new administration. And I do believe that XRP, the entire world of crypto, it's about to truly, and I'm telling you guys right now, I 100% mean this when I say that crypto is about to take over. Just wait. Just wait. Every single mainstream media outlet is going to be pushing crypto heavily over the next couple months. It's going to be the biggest talking subject out there. Your friends are going to be reaching out to you about crypto. Everyone's going to be asking about crypto. And at that point in time, the number one thing that we are going to be doing is taking profits and getting paid. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.